Hi friends. No, it's not your imagination. I did get better looking, mostly thanks to not having the incredibly terrible webcam on my computer recording me anymore. All good. Very happy to have a new recording device. It's Monday evening, pretty late. A couple things came up later on. It's very interesting, the inpatient versus outpatient dynamic. I have always said it's really a personality test. Inpatient has very concentrated, extremely busy, long hours, high density of work, and then you go home and you don't have to think about it because you can't really do anything from home anyway on the inpatient side, and somebody is there to cover your service. So not only do you not have to think about it, but it doesn't help if you do. By contrast, outpatient is much more single tasks, much lower acuity, shorter hours physically present at work, but you're never done. You're never ever done. I mean, I'm sure there's some parts of inpatient that you're never ever done either, especially once you become more on the administrative side of things, once you become in charge of various programs or scheduling, etc. But I was calling patients until 10:30, on and off. Again, I ate dinner, I did some other things, but it was busy. Not bad busy. Busy doing important things. I kind of missed outpatient for reasons that will only make sense to people who like outpatient. As I was talking to one woman about her nausea, she spent, I think, 8 minutes. That's a slight exaggeration, but above 5 minutes uninterruptedly and uninterruptibly describing her nausea to me. She had to tell me so many times in almost exactly the same language how much she was suffering. And I just love the human element of that what my task is to make her feel heard about that suffering. And I can't do anything else until that happens. That's just so, it's exactly what that encounter is about for me. And in person, I can stop and show her with my face, with my mannerisms, with you know, verbal acknowledgement. Oh, that does sound terrible. I'm so sorry. I can see you're really suffering. And on the phone, it's just so much harder because she can't see me. So she's just talking into a vacuum and just vomiting the suffering. It's very challenging. But I would much rather that than the inpatient staring at a computer and dealing with a million small, silly problems. I'd much rather be dealing with the one woman's suffering and trying to validate it and fix it if I can. I gave her some Zofran. What do you ever do with nausea? You give them Zofran and you hope it works. I might. I hope it will. She has my number if she needs me. So it was a long day getting back to what I have found most rewarding and important, and that's a very good thing. I'm working with some medical students who initially volunteered to help with COVID remote monitoring. Some of them are still volunteers. Some of them have graduated and become either part-time or full-time physicians helping out in the COVID crisis. And so it's good to have some recent grads as we moved up the medical school graduation to get them into the workforce. I think that helping out with telemedicine is a great way to get involved because they have easy and available backup in me. And the learning curve is probably a little bit lower, a little bit shallower, easier, considering on the inpatient side, so much of your ability to be useful is institutional knowledge. It's knowing how to use the EMR and who you have to call to get that test done, whereas outpatient, it's a lot more just about having a basic understanding of medicine and knowing generally what to do and knowing when to ask for help. Just because, as I said, the challenges of inpatient are often logistical, where the challenges of outpatient are often emotional and empathic, which is not to say that, you know, I still have to know who to call to get someone home hospice services set up same day, and the inpatient people still have to be there for their patients. You know, great doctors always have that moment of empathy in their day, but it's much more the core task of my job. Or at least that's how I've always found it. Hospitalists might disagree, and I'm open to persuasion. Anyway, I had a good day. A tiring day, but a good day. I have a dog back there who, as you can see, is very tired. I don't actually know if he's in the shot because I'm making this shot up as I go, but It was nice. I took him on 4 walks today as little breaks. Wore my Bluetooth headset so I could be on call and walked in the park with the dog. I keep forgetting my mask because I didn't leave the house to not go to the hospital for so long. I was just house, hospital, never needed the mask because every time I got to the hospital, they gave me a mask. So I kind of feel like a jerk. I'm walking around a healthcare professional who just treated a bunch of COVID patients without a mask. So they're by the door now. We'll do better tomorrow. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I hope some good things happened to you today, some things that made you feel happy or useful or connected to people in your life. And if none did, really stop and think about it, because I bet one did. But if none did, then again, I'm thinking of you. And I hope that this moment of connection brings you some kind of peace and joy. And if you want to reach out to me, if you're seeing this, you probably have my email. You certainly have my Facebook, which is just my name, Bill Fuller. And I'm happy to chat anytime. You're all excellent. Have a good night.